soaring high above the Willamette. And we've got... He's done a terrific job. Thanks, David. Look at the 76ers starting group. They've got Horford. He's out there with Wendell Carter. Evan Booker out there with Ben Simmons. And it's Simons in at the point. And for the Trailblazers, Bismack Biyombo is out there with Aminu. Then there's C.J. McCollum. Then there's Jimmy Butler. And it's Graham in at the 1. Now here's Booker. A lot of experience out on that floor in front of us, Brent. Your career spanned 14 seasons. Talk about how you saw the game differently as a veteran player versus the first couple years in the NBA.
Well, I saw it from the bench, quite frankly, as a veteran, Kevin.
Now, wait a minute. Now, hold on now. I know that's not altogether true.
I think the game just slows down. You start to understand that there is a tempo and a rhythm, not only to any given quarter, but any given game and any given season. So it's really, Kevin, about the idea of it slowing down. And I did sit on the bench. That is
a little bit.
14 is still a good number.
But it turned out well for you.
Well, I get to sit next to you.
Well, it's a lot of fun. You're right. It's a lot of fun. Here's Graham. 76ers getting the bucket. Outside Butler. McCollum against Booker. Lets it go with a 3. The shot, no good. And the 76ers go the other way with it. They're coming into this game off that recent loss to Atlanta.
I mean, in the modern era, you have to be able to stretch the floor or you're going to struggle.
Yeah, the best way to make it hard on teams is continue your motion, and their motion on the perimeter just wasn't good enough. That ended up costing them.
Now here's Butler. Wendell Carter unable to get his last shot to go. Graham with the ball, outguarded by Simmons, and Ben Simmons picks up the foul. That's his first foul. It's up a 3.
Good show of strength and confidence from Devin Booker that time. I like to see him active on the defensive end.
They are 0 for the game thus far. 0 of 4 here, still looking for their first make.
Here's Simons. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Atlanta. Just 5 on the clock. And the foul called on Bismack Biyombo. That is his first foul of the game. Here's Simons. Graham defending. In the corner, Simmons with it. Clock at 4. From deep. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. And now a chance to take a look at some numbers for him.
And guys, it hasn't been pretty for him in the past 5 games. He's having one of those scoring slumps that all players go through at some point in the season. But I know he hadn't lost his confidence, and I expect this young man to get after it here tonight.
Butler against Simmons. McCollum up top. Last time 45 points for him. And Butler launches from deep. Another miss, and they desperately need a bucket. And you look at Jimmy Butler. He's about 6'8", about 230 pounds. Great size on the wing.
And he keeps himself in.
Ooh. Okay. Well, Booker has established that he can score, and now showing that he can play make.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
So timeout called here, the first for Portland. A tough loss coming against New York in their last game played.
And that was a game to forget. You'd like to find some teachable moments, but I think they'd like to just turn the page and move forward.
Yeah, and quick, like as quick as possible. That was a dismal showing, especially for them at the offensive end.
And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul, shot misses. He'll be shooting 2. And there's the foul against Philadelphia. Portland shooting their first free throws of the night.
And when you look at that free throw percentage on the season, they're right around 73%. And you talk about shot makers, C.J. McCollum, one of the best in the game. From mid-range, you could argue he's the best, flat out. Gives the team such a great element, having a one guard who can get to the 10.
Certainly something every team wants to have.
Like to see that assertiveness, especially from the guy who's going to orchestrate your offense.
Yes, that goes in.
You know, the way Butler handles himself in the paint, it really impressive. Just kind of out-muscles and outworks anything the defense throws at him.
Pass to Simmons. 5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. And he slams it down right on top of Bismack Biyombo.
Yeah, whenever Simmons gets a chance to show off his insane jumping skills, he seizes it.
And here's McCollum over Booker. And the basket by McCollum. And we reach the end of the first quarter. You learn about Jimmy Butler. Difficult journey to where he is.
Basketball. That's that.
Boy, you hear that so often, don't you, Greg? Between those lines can be an escape from the outside world.
And in the end, Butler's obsession became his escape. Maybe why he remained so devoted to the game.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. What stands out to you guys from the 76ers in this one?
Stingy on the defensive end in that first quarter. They were just getting up into people.
Just a great job, really, of making the game ugly, trying to muck it up a little bit out there.
Al Farouk Amino is out there with Bismack Biyombo. Then there's Jimmy Butler. Then there's McCollum. And it's Graham in at the point guard position. They're the group the Portland Trail Blazers will start the second quarter with. Simons, the pass to Simmons. Butler with the steal. And here we go. It's Butler. Kicks to Aminu. The shot's good on the assist by Butler. Aminu's got the lead up to 2 now for the Trailblazers.
And doing much better now in that first quarter, converting less than 30% of their field goal opportunities, bouncing back nicely here in the second.
Now Simmons had a 24-point outing in their last game against Atlanta.
And guys, the other thing that he did well was just facilitate the offense, pass the ball around beautifully in that one. Seriously, put on a passing clinic.
McCollum, no good. And Simons has got the ball here for Philadelphia.
Well, Portland being up there in the PNW, that's the Pacific Northwest, always means a lot of air miles. Matter of fact, they lead the league pretty much every year in distance travel.
Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Jimmy Butler has made several all-star teams, but he remains single-minded in pursuit of his bigger goal. Butler said, "I just want to win a championship. That's all that matters. I didn't do it in high school, didn't do it in college. If I don't win it here, then I'll go to the 50 and over league someday. But I got to win a championship at some stage." Kevin?
I like that attitude. Thank you, D.A. Brent, you talk about all that travel for the Blazers. That can wear you down.
Well, interesting. The Blazers have done some particular things off the floor for their players, bringing in UV lights into the locker rooms, coffee before the game. It's very much hipster Pacific Northwest.
Over to the left wing. And stolen by Biyombo. To the middle. And here we go. Butler heading to the hoop.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
And Greg, when you look at the top perimeter defenders in the game today, how high does Jimmy Butler rank on that list?
Look, he's in the top handful, no doubt about it. Multiple all-defense selections. He is a true two-way terror.
The 76ers trail by 5. And Simmons kicks to Horford. Simmons passes to Carter. Booker outside. Over McCollum. No good from Booker. And Portland with the ball. They're on an 11-2 run. Here's Graham. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. That one on Horford.
Yeah, the defender all over him.
The Trailblazers shooting their 4th and 5th shots at the foul line in the game. So after making the first, he goes 1 for 2. Clock management, this is where they can get a 2 for 1.
And Kevin, every opportunity counts.
Trying to get open is Carter. No good from Simmons. Portland leading by 6. The 15-footer Butler, no good. 30 seconds left here in the second. Simmons inside. Defended by Butler. Ben Simmons gets the bucket.
I admire Simmons' ability inside. That's where he's an elite finisher.
Booker against McCollum. One second left. And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game. Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
The first quarter for the Trailblazers was fairly even. The game was always within a fairly narrow. And that.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. Portland leading. Kicking off the second half. Here's Brett Brown's foul. They've got Wendell Carter. Simmons is out there with Horford. Then there's Devin Booker. And it's Simons in at the point guard. Graham, the pass to Aminu. From 8, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. It goes on Devin Booker. In player development, Brent, what are some of the primary things that can be taught?
I think in today's game, what a lot of PD coaches are looking at, Kevin, is just decision making, playing out of the pick and roll and coming off into a spot where you're making the correct reads. It's much like, and you cover a lot of football, where you can talk to quarterbacks about their checkdowns.
Yes.
I think you can teach guys how it is that when they come off a screen, what's going to be available to them, and paint pictures for them so that when they're on the floor, they become second nature in terms of their decision making. That can be huge. And then the second thing is always player development, working on confidence in shooting the basketball. You just want guys to feel like whatever shot they're taking, they've got a great chance of making it.
Here's Butler. Here's Biyombo. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. It's going to be on Wendell Carter.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
Portland, they have had 7 opportunities at the free throw line and made good on 5 of them. And about a minute of action so far in the third quarter. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Biyombo with the block. And they get it back. Lock at 6. Here's Horford. And good that time. Horford's got his second bucket of the night.
Weight room paying off, absorb the contact, and finding a way to get it done there.
Aminu up top. Graham with the ball. Right now he averages nearly 23 points a game, a relentless offensive force. Fades away. That one good for 2. Aminu's got the lead up to 7 now for Portland.
Well, if you go to Lehigh, of course, you're going to make smart plays. McCollum good at sensing when his man was going to be wide open.
No good from Booker.
So far, Kevin, the third quarter has not started well. Just 1 of 4.
And that mid-range jump shot discouraged for many players, but not for C.J. McCollum.
I love the way that C.J. can just wind his way to spots on the floor and speeds up when he wants to, not when the defense is asking him to.
With the combination of strength and size, Simmons throws it down with ease.
McCollum right side. Graham with the ball. He's guarded by Booker. Bucket is good.
Any possession that ends in a shot from that range after good player and ball movement, that's a good one.
Out left to the wing. Here's Horford. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. And that's now 6 points for Al Horford.
Teammates love that. When Horford is looking to shoot fast, it makes the offense look dangerous.
Butler kicks to McCollum. hits the three-point bomb. And the Trailblazers lead by 8.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
That's one that the coaches will watch tomorrow with that player. You hate to see him give up in that situation. I'm not going to see that very often. The defense in the vicinity, but still, he's not one to blow layups.
Third quarter of basketball here, and just a little under 3.5 minutes gone by. Graham, the pass to Butler. To the paint. Graham kicks to Biyombo. Again, the Trailblazers score.
And this is how you want to come out of the half. Prolific and efficient.
Well, the thing is, they're controlling the pace right now, and if that was the mantra for them at halftime, they've carried it out.
Now here's Booker to the left side wing. Simons. Good if it goes. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
The 76ers shooting their first shots from the stripe in this game. Carter hits them both. And so it's the Portland Trailblazers in the... And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
Well, coaches talk about it all the time, but to be able to play with that kind of feel, nice play, collaborating, improvising, and organic.
And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this fourth period holds in store for us. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the fourth quarter. On the floor for Portland, Al-Farouq Aminu is out there with Jimmy Butler. And there's Bismack Biyombo. Then there's C.J. McCollum. And it's Graham in at the 1 spot. And the pass to Aminu. Here's Butler. And he banks in the layup. And the Trailblazers lead by 8.
And they're scoring much more efficiently here in the second half, and they've gotten that field goal percentage above 50.
Passes it to Simmons. 1 minute now into this fourth quarter. Biyombo with the block. Here's Graham. Biyombo trying to break free, and it's Graham missing. Here's Booker. Aminu grabs the miss. Aminu's got his 5th rebound in this one. Here's Butler. That's good. He's 5 for 9.
His shooting has been outstanding. Definitely one of the reasons they're up in this game.
And we've made our way through just over a minute and a half in this fourth quarter. Here's Carter. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. That's on Al-Farouq Aminu. When it comes to choosing, Brent, the MVP, the Coach of the Year, the Rookie of the Year, all these different great awards, do you like the current voting structure for these big awards right now?
I don't mind the current voting structure. I don't know how you get away from what it is that, in terms of handing people ballots to figure out who it is that they think have earned those awards throughout the year, Kevin. What I don't like about the structure is that you have media members who are voting on things that have huge financial ramifications for organizations. And when that stuff happens with a player who's going to earn a supermax contract because he made an all-NBA team, what you're going to start doing is restricting smaller market teams from being able to afford the ability to keep their star player with the team. And so that needs to be fixed, and fixed immediately.
I do not like the media. Wait a minute.
Wait. That's
I am the media.
You are the media, Kevin.
Strike that. Let's rewind.
Can we delete that?
And here is Graham. 5 on the clock. Jacks up a 3. Good on the 3-point shot. Graham's got the lead up to 11 now for the Trailblazers.
Defensively, you can't afford to give him that kind of look, especially down this many points.
Teachable moment there. Lapses like this are backbreakers.
Here's Booker. It doesn't go for him. Good D by McCollum. And so Graham will bring it up for the Trailblazers. Here in the fourth, they've allowed just 4 points.
And it looks like just playing the last bit of this one out in what should be a nice win here for the Trailblazers.
In the end, they had a better shooting percentage, and that's what made the difference. Sometimes, you know, things go your way. The other team wasn't catching any lucky breaks themselves.
Yeah, and Kevin, not all about luck. I thought their overall shot selection was better.
And during the long NBA season, each contest important. Here tonight. Tonight's win will give them 4 on the season. And one of the league's top talents, game in and game out. And doing it here again in this one. A terrific night for Jimmy Butler.
There wasn't much they could do to slow him down as he was converting every good chance he got.
And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And Butler always aggressive, a threat to pick up fouls whenever he's going up with his shot.
That's off as well, so he misses both. Stevenson outside. It's rebounded by Payton.
He missed that one, but I've seen him drill shots from that distance in warm-up.
Oh, no, I know he can make it, but that's warm-up, so maybe just a step too far.
All right, David, thank you. And that'll do it, folks.